Media practitioners converged at Golf Course Hotel in Kampala to brainstorm on the future of journalism amidst an evolving landscape and the ever-growing threats towards the profession.
Unite. Okay? That's our role number one.
The meeting was part of the global celebrations to mark the World Press Freedom Day, gazetted by the United Nations in 1993, to honor journalists that have been persecuted and those that have died in the line of duty. The Danish ambassador to Uganda, Megan Spederson, opinionated that there is affront towards freedom of expression, especially through shutting down social media platforms and arresting journalists and activists. He singled out the recent arrest of Makerere University researcher Dr. Sarah Nyanzi on charges of abusing the president as a threat to free speech.
As EU member states, we are strongly concerned of attacks and intimidation against journalists and opinion makers, and we encourage the relevant authorities to effectively investigate and prosecute the perpetrators.
Government will definitely treat anybody who harasses a journalist the way it would treat any other criminal who harasses a citizen. All we need is to collaborate with each other and not be suspicious. Okay? If a police officer or a military officer or any Ugandan has a scuffle with a journalist, let it be reported.
Whereas Uganda has a number of progressive laws in regard to media freedoms, it still has draconian laws that infringe on the rights of journalists. The World Press Freedom Index released last week by Reporters Without Boundaries indicated that Uganda dropped from 102 to 112 out of 180 countries in observing media rights.
Freedom to express your opinion, freedom of the media, and access to information are fundamental aspects of democracy and rule of law.
Other panelists cautioned journalists of their responsibility to observe ethical standards.
For us to make sure that we up our professional skills by way of training, by way of always making sure that we adhere to the ethical principles of the profession.
Practicing journalists lamented about the low remunerations paid by their employers as another threat to the profession.
Some journalists get as low as 100,000, others get as low as 200,000. But for Christ's sake, what can that money do?
If you don't facilitate me as a journalist very well, and you want me full-time to be on job, that leaves gap for me to find other alternative means.
The government of Uganda spends over 100 billion every year on advertisement. All of this goes to the private media agencies. But why is it that the journalists are not well remunerated? This is a question we must discuss and find a common way forward using legislation.
Herbert Ziwa, NTV.